So who wrote this? Now, I'm not going to get into a lot of the controversy of is it fake or blah, 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 blah. Maybe I'll save that for another video, even though I totally talk about this all over Facebook and stuff and Chaos Magic groups and all that other jazz. But let's go with what we know, okay? So the patent to this book is held by Peter Lavenda, who has written a bunch of esoteric and I think even magical stuff that plenty of magical practitioners have read or researched. Now, given that he holds the patent to it, what he says is that he holds it to protect Simon's identity. Now, the idea is many people think that he is Simon. If you read the Gates of the Necronomicon, you know, the one with the blue around it instead of the red. It's been years since I've read it, but he gives this whole story about him and two other guys that ended up finding it, and if I remember correctly. And then, you know, it goes from there, and they do research and stuff, and they go to translating it and all this other jazz, and a bunch of other stuff happens and whatnot. And now, is Simon a secret identity for Lavenda? Some people think that. Some people even go with that they met him at the Magical Child Shop when Simon gave classes on this stuff. Now, do we have any video of it? No. So it's all he said, she said, hearsay stuff. So the biggest conclusion that we can draw is that Lavenda wrote it. Now, here's the thing, though. What in it did he write? Okay, because you have this book is a bunch of Sumerian and Akkadian tablets that are surrounded by an allegorical story. So the sigils, were they made by the author, which could be Lavenda? Maybe. Yes. Were they actually part of the manuscript that they found? Arguably, according to the story, yes. Now, the tablets, we're talking about the Enuma Elish, we're talking about Inanna's Descent, we're talking about the Maklu series of tablets, stuff like that. Other than a few changes and whatnot, those came directly from Sumerian tablets, which you can actually find a lot of that text in a book which I believe had a French title that had to do with the magic of Sumer. And so, arguably and hypothetically, Lavenda took all of that information from Sumerian tablets and stuff with his other knowledge and whatnot and built a system around it and then put it in this book, made the sigils, and then did the allegorical story of the Testimony of the Mad Arab Part 1 and the Testimony of the Mad Arab Part 2. So, regardless if it was written by Lavenda or not, is it a workable system? Absolutely. Some people look at it and they're like, fake, right? Hopefully I didn't hurt it. No, it's good. But for dramatic effect. Anyways, is it a workable system? Absolutely. You can find tons of people, including myself, that have worked through the entire book, the gatewalking process, even worked with the 50 Names of Marduk for a lot of great results. Should you be afraid of this book? Only if you are afraid of yourself. If you have stuff hiding in your closet that you're not willing to work on and not willing to look at, then that book over there will bring that out. So, did Lavenda write it? Mayhap, he did, but does that make it any less of an effective grimoire? No. Every single grimoire was written by somebody who got the inspiration from somewhere that made a magical system. Like, you know, another one that you can talk trash at is the the John Dee stuff. Was that really him? You know, the John Dee Necronomicon, don't even get me gosh darn started on that, because it's literally just took that book, threw a bunch of new sigils in it, and added some extra riffraff and blah 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 in it. I don't trust the John Dee Necronomicon. I trust that one. Yeah, so could he have written it? Probably. Maybe. Does it work? Does that have any bearing on whether or not it is an actual workable system? No. So if you came here wondering why the book is, or who wrote it, if it's fake or whatever, nothing is really fake. And even if it is fake, does it work? Absolutely. Take a look at any other books that you can get magic from and get effective magic from. They were all written by somebody. I have tons of books written by people with effective stuff in it. And the Simon Necronomicon is just the same. Good hunting. Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.